Words now. Most of what I'm going to say is for those people who are very new to this country. When you are first trying to speak English, it is most important to learn many English words very quickly. You are going to need to know many words to live in this country. Let me show you something on the board that will show you how important this is. If you go into a coffee shop and you talk to the guy and he asks you, "How may I help you?" you can say many different things. Normally an English person would just say this, "One small coffee, please," might be an answer. But if you say, "Coffee small one, please," or "Please, coffee one small," actually the guy will know what you mean. So even though an English person is going to say the words in this order, you will still be okay as long as you get all of the right words in what you say, because he's just trying to do his job and he's just trying to listen for key words. You know what coffee means, you know what small means, you know what one means, and you know what please means. And the guy working there, he also knows these words. So you can put these 4 words in a bag and shake them up and throw them out. And no matter how they come out to the coffee guy, he's going to know what you mean. So the only reason I say this to you is I don't want you to wait to speak English until you think your grammar is perfect. The most important thing is to learn words and then start using those words in situations where you need them. Okay, one other thing I want to point out to you about this is, even though these words are in the right order, in the normal order for an English person to speak, look, it's not actually a good sentence. So this is another thing you have to remember, that when people speak English, quite often they're in a hurry or they've got business to do. They don't worry about sounding like Shakespeare. They just say the words they need to say to get the job done, and then they move on, okay? So just let me say this again. Learning words really is your first job when you come here and you want to start speaking English. Learn as many words as you can as quickly as possible. Don't worry so much about the order in small sentences, and when you're speaking, don't even worry about perfect grammar. Just get out there and try to speak English. Okay, look, I realize there are so many English words. In some places I see where there are 500,000 English words, like 500,000 English words. In other places it says there are even 1 million English words. You know, there are doctor words, school words, football words, all job words, all sorts of different kinds of words in these big numbers. But you don't need to know all of these words, especially in the beginning. But see where they join here? There is a small group of words that everybody speaks, whether you are the doctor, or the teacher, or the football player. There are about 1,800 words that are used 75% of the time in all English speaking and writing. 75% is 6 out of 8 words. So that if you have an 8-word sentence, and you know these, you should know 6 of them at least already. So this is going to make things a lot easier for you. What I'm saying is you should very quickly get a list of most frequently used English words and try to learn those words as quickly as you can. When you hear a new English word for the first time, usually you need to do something with it at least 5 times before it is going to stick in your memory. With some people it's even more than that. Sometimes 7 times, sometimes 9 times. But let's just go over some of the things that we've learned already that we can do with a new word so it will help us remember it. Let's say, for example, you hear the English word major. Maybe the guy on TV says this: tomorrow we are going to have a major snowstorm. Okay? And you're thinking, wow, what does that mean? So what you want to do first of all is make sure you can say it like the English guy said it. Major. Repeat it and try to copy it and make it sound the way he said it. Major. Then think about it again and make sure that you can say how many sounds are in it. Major, major, 1, 2, major. Then the third thing to do is just decide on what sound is the stress. Remember we talked about the force? Remember I'm saying major, not major, but major. So major. The force is on the first sound, okay? And that's a big difference. Major and major sound like 2 different words. So you've got to make sure you get the stress on the right sound. Major. The fourth thing is, okay, what does this crazy word mean actually? Major, maybe you can figure it out from what he said. Major snowstorm probably means big, okay? Sometimes major can also mean important, which is something like big. The boss might come to you and say, wow, we have a major problem. That means we have an important problem. We have a big problem, okay? So you can do those things. And by the time you do those 4 things, it's starting to stick in your brain a little bit, okay? But let's look at a new thing that we can do as well. Number 5 is, see if you can find out what the opposite or antonym word is. Antonym means what is the opposite meaning? What word has the opposite meaning of major? So some cases, you know, like up, down, they're antonyms, they're opposites. So major, whatever, what's that other word? If you can find out what that other word is, then probably you're going to remember major even more easily. So what I'm going to show you now is a list of words, a small list of words from that list of 1,800 important words. I'm going to put them on the board and I'm going to see if we can figure out the antonyms of those important words. So let's take a closer look at number 5. Here's a list of English words that people use every day. I'm going to say them and let's see how many antonyms you already know. After, always, bad, small, white, difficult, late, up, far, full, low, left, more, short, and there it is, major. So here are the antonyms that go with our list. Before, never, good, big, black, easy, early, down, near, empty, high, right, less, long, and minor. The opposite of major is minor. A major snowstorm is a big snowstorm, a bad snowstorm. A minor snowstorm, no problem. You can't call in sick. Okay? So listen. You should learn these words ASAP. as soon as possible, ASAP. Thank you. So play this video over and over again until you can hear every word and understand every word. In the next video, we'll do more words, but that time it'll be words about the classroom. So thank you very much and see you later.